Alright, today we are doing a fix on the cargo basket for the JL. They had very originally put it out that it was available for the soft tops in the down position, but it was hitting, as you saw in my last video. So what I'm going to be doing today is basically we're going to make a drop back bracket to come in here and come down. Start off by taking it off. As you see, I held it up by some straps to get to the right height. As you can see at this point here, it will be forward of this rear piece, which the soft top folds into here. And by doing that, it's also going to be bringing it lower, so it's going to bring it down, and I had to make sure it cleared the subwoofer over here. By doing that, what I did is grabbed a piece of paper and played with it till I came up with a solution that worked, which is this right here, and it's going to drop down to where those will hold back up. I went to the local metal recycling place, got a piece of metal here, had them cut it out with that template that I had. From there, came back basically and drilled my holes out. When this bolts up, it is an absolute great fit, and we'll get to that part. So as you can tell, this is both of them with a nice coat of paint on. They are drying, and we'll put them in and just... Alright, so one of the things that I decided to go ahead and fix this go around was, if you remember this lower bolt right here to connect into this lower spot, that was one thing with their mount. They never drilled a hole right here to allow you access into it. And what that kind of created, and this is kind of going from a backwards view, is with this being up here, that hole would basically be lined up right there. Due to them never having a hole here, there was no way to get that bolt back in. So what I've done is I have created a small hole, which is this one right here. Now obviously that hole is not big enough for this bolt to go all the way through, but what it allows us to do is have it from the back side and take our Torx wrench and basically insert it through there to tighten it up. Now, I don't know how easy I'm going to be able to get to show it on camera, but what we'll have to do is when that bracket's sitting here, the bolt... Let me grab the bracket. So this is going to be the bracket in place. We are going to have to pre-insert the bolt in like that. Now, the piece that we just made is going to come behind here and sit almost flush with it, but it'll be enough to make contact. When we go to put this on, we're going to basically line up the nut hole on this side with the bolt up here. And then what we're going to have to do is come around to the outside here, and this little bolt that normally helps you kind of line it up here and sit in for your other bolt to line up, we're actually going to take this out. Reason being is we have to kind of insert this in and allow it to come over, and then we're going to reinsert that back in. Whereas right now it's kind of made to help design it to drop in place, which, there it goes. So normally that's how it drops in, and then you just line up your upper and your lower. So like I said, what we're going to do is actually take this one out altogether. Alright, as you can see here, this is the factory OEM bracket, and this is what we've just designed. Again, like I said, we're going to basically put this in the hole, which this will go into your upper bracket later. And for right now, we're going to tighten these down. Alright, the next step is going to be lining this up. As you can tell, there's just enough space. We can go ahead and insert in our Torx bit from the back side, and we're going to lower down our top onto that. Alright, as you can see, we were able to get that Torx bit in right there, tightened in. And it is sitting how it's supposed to. And we're going to come back in and put our upper bolt. Alright, and from the side, this is what that's going to look like. Now, I could have come in and trimmed this down a little bit more and tried to make it kind of more sleek, but bring it straight up. But the way I had designed the bracket, it was just easier to leave it the way it is. I do have two bolts that came from the kit. I'm going to get one more that will go in the edge here, this third hole that I drilled. I know it is a little dark on the inside, but as you can see, there's the two bolts on the back side. And again, kind of from this side over here. And what that bracket looks like, it does kind of follow a flow there naturally. A little bit of a gap here, which that was a little bit of a cut that you saw us make for a little bit of clearance. And now I do have the Tuffy security box on the back. But the nice part is when this closes, as you can tell, anything larger down in there, someone's not going to be able to take. And that's what we wanted, was just kind of a little added security for that. So the kind of moment of truth here is let's put that soft top down and see how it works. So as you can tell, off the bat, it falls flat down, unlike it did the last time. When looking in, there is no touching. There is a good 2-finger distance, 2.5-finger distance between the rack and the bars, and all the way across, it's not touching at all. So this is definitely a solution for what we had for the soft top being able to come down, which I know isn't as common as the hard tops, but it was something that we wanted particularly for us. Alright, if everyone want to make this bracket, it's about 6 inches long this direction, about 6 inches long that direction. So you basically have a 6 by 6 inch, I'm going to call it a square, but obviously it's not. It's got to have some different angles and some